It is here. It is official. Microsoft Flight Simulator has officially dropped on the Xbox Series X. The moment we've all been waiting for. Maybe you have not been waiting for it, but I've been waiting for it. And I stick to my opinion. I think it's going to be one of the biggest games on the Series X. I think it highlights the Series X. Indeed, all of the reviews today going through it really focus on the fact that it shows the power of next-generation hardware on the Series X. And that's impressive, and that's fun. And that's amazing, and I'm very excited about it. Let's jump into and look at some of the reviews. Let's discuss whether or not Microsoft was able to keep their promise. One of the things that they promised was that coming from the PC, you're not losing anything on the Xbox. Is that the case? Let's discuss it. But before we do, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to this channel. My name is X1 the Gamer. This is the XoneBros. We're about all things Xbox and positive gaming. We've got an Xbox podcast. In fact, it's the #1 Xbox podcast when you search Xbox on iTunes. So come join us. Hang out. We record that live right here every single Friday. Let's jump right into it. So the last couple of weeks in leading up to the release of Microsoft Flight Simulator coming to the Xbox, one of the things that Microsoft and the marketing really focused on was you are not losing anything when coming to the Series X. It's going to be the exact same game. You're going to get the same kind of visuals, graphical fidelity, etc. on the Series X that you do on a high-end PC. And let me tell you, this game cranks out on a PC. You've got to have a high-end PC in order to run it. Does it live up to the promises? It does seem that way. Absolutely. I've jumped in and played it, and it's beautiful. It's amazing. It's a ton of fun. I'm loving it. It's everything that I personally expected, and that's also what reviews are saying. This is from The Verge right here. This is from Sam Byford. He says, Microsoft Flight Simulator is an impressive Xbox Series X workout. And then he quotes Tom Warren, who also writes for The Verge. Tom Warren tweeted out, Microsoft Flight Simulator on the Xbox Series X looks absolutely stunning in 4K. It's a true graphical showcase for this next-gen console, and that seems to be the overall consensus here in review after review. Here's a review by Alex Battaglia. Sorry, I had to double-check that. Here's a review from Alex Battaglia over on Eurogamer. Microsoft Flight Simulator Tech Review. A brilliant port to the Xbox Series X. He says, a genuine next-generation experience translates beautifully to consoles. And that, again, seems to be the consensus here that we're getting. If you've not tried it, if you've not had a chance to try it, it's absolutely stunning. Over on IGN, now they do a video review, but they say Microsoft Flight Simulator is releasing on the, they compare it in this review to the Series S and Series X, and both look really good. The Series S doesn't lose that much, surprisingly, to the Series X. And finally, Windows Central, I think, has the best summation here. They give it 4.5 stars, say it's a must-play. Bottom line, one of the most demanding PC games makes a slick transition to the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S. The full Microsoft Flight Simulator experience comes to the living room, serving as a true graphical showcase for its consoles. Let's talk about some of the criticisms, poor accessory support, and challenging controls for deeper aspects of the game. I mean, if you ever played the Flight Simulator game, there are so many dials and controls that it is difficult to set up. It's even difficult on a PC. Usually people will use their keyboard that you can jump into. Now, this does have keyboard support, so you can use that. But great visuals, incredible cloud-backed world, realistic world simulation, and various accessibility considerations for newcomers. The one thing that I found a little bit frustrating is they do the Destiny thing where they use the controller as a mouse, right? Like, so you're using it as a mouse. The controls on that are not the best when you're in menus. That, I think, could be tightened up a little bit. But other than that, I'm absolutely loving the game, and I agree with everybody here. It really is a graphical showcase of what the Xbox Series X is capable of. And I stick with my contention that I've been saying all along. I think this is going to be one of the biggest games for Microsoft because it not only shows off what Xbox can do, Xbox Series X, it is on Game Pass, and it makes it accessible to everybody without having to go and drop a ton of money on a high-end PC and graphics cards that are, quite honestly, impossible to get at the moment. So the Xbox Series X is doing it well, and I think Microsoft Flight Simulator is going to be big for them. We'll see how it rolls out. It might still remain a niche game. I think Game Pass, when all is said and done, we'll remove it from that niche experience and make it more accessible to more players. It's going to be exciting to see how streaming does. I think you're going to see a lot of streamers streaming this game. with all of the hype around it. Hey, let's go on a plane flight. Let's fly this plane. You can play it with your friends. That is one of the key aspects. I've yet to do that. I'm going to jump in tonight and play it with friends, but I think on the Series X, that's where this is going to shine. I want to know what you guys think, though. What has your experience been with it so far? Do you agree with me? Do you think this is going to be a big game for Xbox, for Game Pass, or do you think it will remain niche? Let me know in the comments below, but again, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel. My name is XoneTheGamer, and we'll see you guys next time.